talk.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Salon Talks with Sony. I am Sony and let's talk. Today we're gonna jump right into it. I'm looking down at my cards, but we're gonna jump right into it. First of all, Happy New Year. By the time this drops, it's the new year, it's 2025. Woo! I'm so excited. I'm so excited about the new year and the things to come and this platform expanding. So excited. It took a lot to get here, so if you're seeing this video, this is definitely a testimony within itself. It is 2025. We thank God we made it to see another year. A lot of people didn't make it this year, you know. I've been starting the episodes off with some hair talk. So on today, I gave you guys a very cutesy updo for the new year, okay? My hair is growing back from a pixie, so it's been a little challenging to do different styles and things, but I think I've pretty much mastered it. I'm at least at like a bob length. I've been chopping at it to try to get all the split ends, so that's where I am as far as my length is my bob length. So it's very cutesy, very demure. It's giving elegant, it's giving grown, but we're working on the length retention. As I spoke before, my hair just isn't growing as fast as it used to before 30, but we move. We're gonna work with what we have. So yeah, today I'm giving you girls an updo. Okay, straight into the topic of the day. Since it's 2025, we've grown, we're progressing. Let's talk boundaries. I seen a post a few days ago. It was like, boundaries are, when you finally set boundaries. Now, let me not misquote it. I'll try to like clip it in here somewhere if I can, maybe over here, somewhere. But it said something along the lines of, it's funny when you set boundaries because yeah, don't play with me no more. Something along those lines. And I just thought that was hilarious because that's what happened to me, honestly, genuinely. I woke up one day and I was like, I'm the boss. I'm the boss of me. I'm the boss around here. And it's time to cut down. It's time to put my foot down. It's time to stand 10 toes on all the businesses, including actual business. And we're going to set boundaries. We're going to set some rules. We're not going to let, people think this is a game. I am not a game. This is not a joke. So we're not doing that anymore. And that's what I decided to do all of the end of 2023. No, that's a lie. The end of top of the year 2024 until now going into 2025. What have boundaries been? When I said locked with a keypad and you gotta have a code plus the key to unlock. Yeah, I ain't been playing no games, especially when it comes to being a hairstylist. It's been a lot of times where I should have said no, could have said no, but I feel bad. Like I mentioned this on an episode with my brother. If it hasn't posted yet, y'all will see it soon. You feel terrible. How do you feel terrible saying no to stuff that's hurting you? Let's make all of that make sense. It don't, exactly. It doesn't. Like, how am I scared to tell you no and it's something that's hurting me? It doesn't make sense. Exactly. So I just decided, you know what? We're not going to do that anymore. We're not going to do that anymore to ourselves, even setting boundaries with myself, even. I know this might sound crazy, but a lot of times it's easy for us to forget promises we made to ourselves because we get so distracted on handling business or pleasing everyone else. I know that's been an issue for me. I can't speak for everyone, but getting things done. If you're a mother, taking care of your family, your kids, your man, your husband, whomever, taking care of everybody outside of yourself and whatever relationship form that might look like. Taking care of everybody outside of ourselves, and we forget that we also promise ourselves things. I promise I'm going to lose some weight this year. I promise I'm gonna get these abs. I've been saying I want abs since 2021. I've been saying I want abs since 2021. Where did the abs go? Did the abs even show up? Are they in the room? I'm working towards it this year though. This summer, mark my words, I will have abs, my friend. I will show you. I'm gonna give y'all some abs because that's a promise. Not y'all. I'm gonna give me. See, trying to take care of everybody but yourself. I'm gonna give me some abs, and if that means I'm not looking like I got a BBL anymore because I'm skinny again, so be it. I want abs. I want to see that outline. I ain't going to the doctor and doing what these people doing now with these fake abs. I'm not gonna do with these celebrities. A certain one that starts with a D. A man. And you wake up one day and that person has washboard abs, and 2 minutes ago you had a whole pot that it just don't make no sense. So you gotta work for it just like anything else in life. I'm gonna get these abs. Now come July 2025, when I'm walking around or I'm posting my pictures and I'm showing y'all these abs in my bikini, do not be mad because you heard it here first. Anyway, back to our boundaries. I do think it's hard to stand 10 toes down because I feel like a lot of us were conditioned to make everyone around us happy. Whether it's your parents and trying to make sure, you be the best child you can be. Or, like I said, married people, husband and wife trying to take care of her family, making sure she the best wife, best mom, best everything to everyone else and neglecting themselves. Even husbands. I know a lot of times we count men out when it comes to self-care. I feel like we've been better at that the last 2 years of making sure the men take care of themselves too. Like, it's not about y'all just being providers constantly. Like, we need y'all to be healthy mentally, spiritually, the same as us. It's not fair that we're the only ones that get to have a little self-care or remember that we should do self-care. Set your boundaries. Give yourself that time. And if it's a no, it's a no. I can't take you today. I have no more room on my books. Or no, you can't be 20, 30 minutes late and think you just finna slide in here and say, hey girl, bye girl, your appointment is canceled. You're not sliding in your doctor's office 20, 30 minutes late and getting away with it. They will cancel your appointment and you get charged, I think, at some places, if I'm not mistaken. I hope your insurance covers. But yeah, like, set those boundaries firm and tight. I can honestly say for me, it's been that. Like, having to tell clients no, or having to charge you. You want to keep your appointment? You're getting charged $50, $100, or whatever the fee is, depending on how late you are and what I will allow. Whatever the fee is, that's what you're just gonna have to pay if you still want your hair done. Because if you set your appointment, you book the appointment. You book the appointment for 12 p.m. and you show up at 12:45, ma'am, if your appointment ain't canceled, and even after canceling, I will charge you a fee because you play with my time. If your appointment ain't canceled, you're getting charged a fee, a large one, because my boundaries are respect my time, and that's just my boundary. Respect my time. Not only that, I feel like even in friendships, relationships, any ships, the boundaries have to be there. I don't like how you said that to me. You say you were joking, but I didn't take it lightly. Please don't do that again. I'm only telling you twice. On the third time, you're out of here. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, I can't put the blame on you. But what J. Cole said, fool me 3 times, chuck the peace sign, load up and put, I'm just kidding. We're not loading anything up and shooting anybody out. Shout out J. Cole. But fool me 3 times, load up the peace sign. Like, you're out of here, goodbye. Because the first time, okay, it was your bad. The second time, now you're actually playing in my face because we broke this down the first time. The third time, there is no third time. The third time, you're out the door. don't let it hit you in the back. Set your boundaries, make them clear. Clear as the law. We know what the laws are for the most part. The evident ones. You know, if you drink and drive, you're going to jail. If you somebody, you're going to jail or hell. If you whatever, I don't want to get into and have to bleep myself too much on things, but we know how the law works. Set the law. Look at the Lord using me. Set the laws for your life. Set your 10 commandments for you. Set those boundaries for you. They're not supposed to be for anyone else to understand. It's for you to be able to function properly within your own life at peace. The peace that I felt that passes all understanding has come with setting my boundaries. Now, I will say this, just like anything else, if you're not used to saying no, it hurt. It hurts so bad to have to cut people off. It hurts so bad to have to tell people no, especially me being, I believe I'm a server when it comes to the Lord and my purpose in life and things like that. I'm here to serve. And however that looks, I still have to set boundaries and have to demand respect. Because even though I'm here to serve, just like you would go to a restaurant, don't take advantage of the waiters. Like, be nice. At the end of the day, they are there for you, to help you, to make sure you get your food, to make sure they can go to the back and talk to somebody if they didn't get your food right, to even sometimes be able to stand there and watch and make sure nobody putting it in your food. Like, I think we take those people lightly, we take their position lightly, but anytime you're in the service field, you're handing out services or helping in any way, shape, or form, I feel like people use you and they feel like you're disposable. But baby, sit in this chair and do what I do. Exactly that. You can't. So let's talk about it. Or stand behind the chair and do what I do. Exactly that. You couldn't stand for 12 hours and have a rotating door of different personalities coming through, and you have to shift shape and mold yourself to be able to accommodate the person. Exactly. You wouldn't. Stand behind a chair with someone who have an attitude, not with you, but with life, and they're so mad and they're coming to you with that attitude on them, but you have the responsibility to shift that. Exactly. You couldn't. So before, people make it seem like service providers, my God, I'm twisting up today. People make it seem like service providers or waiters or anybody that's serving you in a sense are so disposable. Consider them. Like, are they okay today? Did they have a good day? Did they run into somebody else that got a bad attitude just like you and that's why they're flustered? Have you told someone to have a good day after they gave you your food or thank you or anything? Exactly. No. So I feel like you have to set your boundaries. It's only too many times you're going to yell at me and tell me to bring you your drink. You can get another server, because as for me, I will not tolerate someone speaking to me in such tones. That's a sign of disrespect for me. So I will now step back and allow someone else to serve you. As for me, yes, I'm your hairstylist, but you're not about to talk to me like I'm Molly the maid and like you're my boss and you run me the door. So yeah, let's just be nice. Let's be nice, let's be kind, let's be mindful of everyone's feelings. And then if you don't understand, let's be real, because sometimes you don't understand where people are coming from. You haven't experienced what they've experienced, so you don't understand why they set the boundaries. Communication. Outside of boundaries, communication should be top, but since the topic of discussion today is boundaries, I'm gonna just speak on that and put it second. Communicate. Say, okay, I understand you've been frustrated over the years with people treating you in a manner, but what did I do to make you upset with me, where you feel like you have to set your boundaries down even more? Ask me. Ask me why I ain't talked to you in 6 months. Ask me. If there was no beef, if nothing happened, if you feel like you genuinely didn't do anything, as adults, I feel like we should be able to communicate or at least take accountability for something. So if you feel like you want the problem and I'm the problem because I set my boundaries, let's talk about it. Let's talk. Let's chop it up. Let's discuss. Let's discuss. Let's really get into it. And that's why I was so, I wouldn't even say drawn, because I wasn't drawn to do this. I can genuinely say this was the Lord. This was the Lord's doing, me sitting in front of a camera talking to y'all. But I feel like we need the spaces for vulnerable conversations. Shout out to, you know who he is. You know who you are. Shout out to him. The space for vulnerable conversations. This came, or the Lord gave it to me almost 2 years ago now, and I was doing an interview, and I don't want to get too deep into that, but I feel like it was necessary. Like, we don't communicate, we don't talk, and that's most of the problems, along with the boundaries. If you don't communicate, you have boundaries, how would people know? Now, one thing about me, I believe I'm a straight shooter, right? I'm very empathetic, but you get about 1 or 2 times to try me. You get about 1 or 2 times to try me, and it depends on how bad it has been, the trying. I'm either gonna have the conversation or I'm not. My boundaries are my boundaries, especially now. I let a lot of things slide due to being so empathetic, and sometimes you just gotta turn that off. Like, turn it off. You can't be too nice, or you can't love your neighbor more than you love yourself. And I used to say that all the time. That's a Bible verse, that's scripture, for those of you that don't know. You cannot love the person next to you more than you love yourself. The verse literally says, love your neighbor as yourself. So that self always gotta come first. I know everybody loves selfish. It's selfish. Yeah, it literally tells us to be selfish within that. Like, treat yourself well first. That way, once that's mastered, you'll be able to handle treating everyone the same. I can't say I love myself if I'm letting you run me over. I can't say I love myself if it's not being reciprocated. Like, if I'm pouring into you and you're not giving me anything back, and I mean all across the board, relationships romantically, relationships platonically, relationships with family, like, it has to be a give and take. Even your relationship with God, you gotta give him something to work with. Like, if you got all this faith, God, I believe you for a new house. What you doing to get that house? Is you trying to fix your credit? Are you even looking at houses? Do you even know what kind of house you want? Do you know the style? Do you know what type of flooring you like? Do you know if you like high ceilings? Do you know if you like the new, what's these new houses that they're building? I don't even know what they're called, but the more modern homes. Or do you like the old school white picket fence family home? Like, what do you like? Do you even know that? You're not giving God anything to work with, but you demanding and manifesting all this stuff. Like, no, it's a give and take situation. Going back to boundaries, even God sets that boundary. Like, if you don't come to me with nothing, you gonna get stuff, but you're not gonna get the best. I'm gonna give you a little sprinkle of something. You are my child in the end, but you're not gonna get the best because we don't have that conversation. We don't have that relationship. Like, His boundary is, come unto me, all ye that labor and heavy laden, I'll give you rest for your soul. Come to me. Do the work, but come to me after you do the work. Then I'll give you rest for your soul. That's peace, that's money, that's cars, that's houses, that's bags, that's jewelry. But you gotta do the work first. You gotta talk to the Lord. That's his boundary he set for us. It's a relationship. It's a two-way street, just like you have to set for any other relationships. I think we take that lightly, but try it. Try it. As the saints used to say, try Jesus, baby. I'm sorry, y'all. But try it. Like, try setting the boundaries. Try telling somebody no with your chest. Try telling somebody no and not feeling bad. Or if you do feel bad and walk off. Go cry about it in the car. Because at the end of the day, it's you versus you. Technically, because if you don't do it, you'll feel bad. If you do it, you'll feel bad. So what's the difference? You're going to feel bad anyway in some way, shape, or form. But boundaries are super important. Boundaries are important in business. Like I said, going back to my career, I think I went about a lot of my career as far as being a hairstylist. I went about a lot of my career trying to treat every client as though they were me, and then expecting kinda a little bit of me from the client. But I learned early that I'm not that type of client. I don't even get my hair done, cuts and stuff like that. But well, I'm saying, like, I don't go to a lot of hairstylists often because of how I expect to be treated, and sometimes the girls just don't give that. And we get this, because I do it myself, like, and it gets done. But besides that, I started treating, well, I was in the beginning, I want to say at least 18, 20, 21, 22-ish. I was treating my clients exactly how I wanted to be treated, and then expecting them to react exactly how I would react to me treating them how I wanted to be treated. And let's just say I learned quick. By 23, I was like, oh yeah, nah, ain't no way. You have to set the boundary. And then this year even alone, I want to say not this year, but 2023, 2024, or 2024 to 2025, there was no Miss Nice Guy. Miss Nice Guy left. She packed her bags, her Louis suitcase, strolled on out of there in her heels, because y'all not about to play in my face in any way, shape, or form. And not only that, I'll play about me. Be careful with me. Be careful with me. Like, I don't play about me anymore. So I expect the same amount of respect that I give myself from you. And if you can't handle that, we're not meant to be friends, sisters, partners, road dogs, homeboy, girl. How else do you say friend? We're just not meant to be. Like, our life isn't meant to continue to cross paths. I was gonna go into something, and I feel like it should be said, because I actually just watched a video on this, on demoting. I will demote you. I demoted my own aunt one time, and I'm not gonna use any names, so whatever. And honestly, it is what it is. I don't care. But yeah, I'm not scared to demote. It may take me a minute. Now it doesn't anymore, baby. By week 1, you're out of here. If I even feel like you about to try to play, oh, I see what kind of person you are, you're out of here. I don't give room anymore for things to happen like I used to. But I will give people time. I'll give time in relationships for people to change, knowing I'm great at discerning, and they're not going to. And sometimes it doesn't mean that people are bad people because y'all aren't aligning. It just means that y'all aren't aligning and that it wasn't meant to be. Some people are for a season and a reason. not for eternity. Like, and that's okay. Whatever you were supposed to experience for that time in that space, learn what you need to learn, take your things and go. Like, carry your bag and go and be going and just go. Because if it has expired, it just has expired. Like I said, a lot of things aren't necessarily beef. It's just, it wasn't in alignment. It wasn't equally yoked. It wasn't packaged well. Like, I'm trying to find different ways to say this for the understanding. Like, it just wasn't meant to be, and that is okay. Enjoy the time and the experience. Some people are just an experience, my God. Some people are just an experience, whether it be for growth, for hope, for whatever. It's just an experience you gain for wisdom. As life progresses, you use it and you move forward. Like, everything doesn't have to be, oh, why they don't like me no more? It's not even that. Like, it's not even that. I forgot where I was even going with it, child. But yeah, just set your boundaries for 2025. Oh, demoting. Demote the people that you have to demote. Just because you know somebody for 20 years don't mean they supposed to be like your bestest friend. Just because, you know, y'all used to kick it and everything was cool. A lot of times as well, people change. I can genuinely say, if I haven't spoken to you in a year, you don't know me. If I haven't spoken to you, like held a phone conversation or seen you in person in over 6 months, you don't know me. Like, you have no idea who I am. You're just going based off of who you used to know or the person that you once dealt with. But I am no longer her. I'm no longer her, and I'm okay with that. I know a lot of people that I probably would have entertained 6 months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I wouldn't even. Growth, as you should be growing. Like, growth should not be taken personal at all. But that also means communicate. And I also have to work on that, because a lot of times too, when I'm done, I'm done. Like, you're not going to get that explanation, because for why, especially if you caused any damage in some way, shape, or form, because I genuinely treat people how I want to be treated. And I've always been no nonsense, because I'll let you know as you're doing it, what you're doing, for sure. But once I let you know once or twice, like I said, the third time, my tolerance is gone. Like, it's evaporated. You've used it all. You've consumed the whole ability to tolerate you. And that's sad. But that goes back to standing 10 toes down. Like, it just be what it's gonna be. Set your boundaries. Don't let people, you know, play with you in whatever sense that might be. Set your boundaries. Yes, love your neighbor, but love yourself first, to be able to love your neighbor properly, without the frustration, without the turmoil, without the arguments, without the discourse. That Bible verse is so important. I think we miss that part and just focus on the loving your neighbor. But what about thyself? Yeah. So set those boundaries. Those boundaries are a part of self-care, are a part of self-love and self-preservation and self-care and everything else. I've said that already. But and it doesn't necessarily mean being completely selfish, but you have to have, I don't care, I genuinely feel like, and God, if I'm wrong, please correct me and help me have a better understanding of it, because clearly I don't if I'm wrong. But I genuinely believe you have to have a little percentage of selfishness to fully self-care. I don't know. It's kind of in the definition if you ask me. But yeah, set those boundaries. It's 2025. I cannot wait to see what the end of this year, the end of 2025 is going to look like. Because we think we know the plans that God has for us, or we plan things for ourselves, but little do we actually know the plans that God had for our life. It was a meme or an image going around a few years ago, and it was Jesus with a big, huge teddy bear behind his back, and the girl was holding on to like a itsy bitsy little cutesy little teddy bear, and Jesus was basically like reaching out, like, give me that one. And if I'm not wrong, from what my memory serves me, it was a little girl, but it could have been a grown-up. And Jesus was like reaching out his hand, like, give me that one. And the person or the girl was like holding on, like, no, Jesus, and didn't know that Jesus literally had like the biggest teddy bear behind his back to replace that little one that you could literally fit around your arms. And that's how God works. Like, we think we know God's plan, and our plan be so small, so minuscule compared to the wonders he can work in our life within a year. So I'm super excited to see what 2025 will serve for all of us. I'm thinking about that sound. Oh, my ADD. Y'all will catch a lot of my ADD or whatever it's called. ADHD, ADD. At this point, I'm self-diagnosing. But, and this season, I know y'all have all heard it or seen it. And this season, year 2020, I think he started at 2020. And now he just makes like a new one. And I just got chills. That's a revelation within itself. When he did that first, ending this season, 2020, with, and then it was a video slide. I doubt he thought that sound would take off so much that now everyone, for the most part, in the world uses that sound every year, and he makes a new one for every year. Same revelation. We don't know what God is going to do. So the things you plan on doing, do them, because you don't know what it's going to turn into. You plan for something to be so small, you might get a little viral moment, might make some dollars, but you don't think that God is planning for you to be a millionaire with that one little moment, with that one little viral thing. Like, you don't know if God is planning for you to open a business with that one little idea that you feel like you just got to get off the ground. Get it off the ground. Start running. All right, I'm done preaching. I'm always preaching to y'all, child, but yeah, I'm so excited to see what God is going to do, to see the places you'll go, to see the places we'll all go, and set those boundaries. Stand 10 toes. Stand 20 if you have to. I know we ain't got 20 toes, but stand 10 toes on your boundaries. And yeah, I'm going to be doing this every episode. Down below, tell me some boundaries you set in the past, this year, or you're setting for next year, of things you won't allow, or of things that you just have to get better at. What are some boundaries that you've had to set in place for life to just run a little bit smoother for you? That's it for this episode of Salon Talks with Sony. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And look, take a look at this hair. Let's have a moment for the hair. Thank you guys for watching. Love you. Bye.